Hey everyone, welcome back to this episode of Kart Crazy. Behind this mountain of boxes sits a 2005 Club Car Precedent that we've been working over the last several episodes on rebuilding and bringing back to life. The plan for today is... Plan? I might have misspoke there. I really don't have a plan. I do have a series of events that I'd like to see transpire. So I'll probably tear these boxes open like an 8-year-old on Christmas morning, spread them all over the garage floor, and then spend the rest of the day looking for the instructions and the hardware. But hopefully at the end of the day we'll make sense of it all and we'll have something to show for it. So come along for the ride. Let's get started. So the big box here is actually the extended roof. I wanted to replace the traditional factory roof rather than just repaint it, because this is going to be an extended roof that'll go out past the back of the cart and cover the rear seat kit that we're going to put on. New windshield. This is a new kind of a fancy floor mat that we're going to use. Cushions in both of these boxes, and I'll give you kind of a sneak peek of what those look like. I did some custom red and black to match our theme on our cart. The box down here is going to be, I believe that is the rear seat kit without the cushions. I haven't even opened all these. And then I believe that box is the hardware for the supports and the struts for the back to hold the roof up. So let's tear into this and see what we got. So I think the simplest thing to start with is going to be our seat bottom, our main seat bottom. I see that came with some papers with words and things on them. I don't think we're going to worry too much about that. I think the main objective is just going to be, if you look on the bottom here, this has some nice mount holes for the handles and things. So I think we're going to want to just remove our handles from our old seat, get those bolted on here, and that'll be a good start. Thought it might be a good idea to at least look at the pictures so I get an idea. There's about 36 different holes that you can use, because this seat cushion actually works for multiple different carts, not just Club Car, E-Z-Go, Yamaha. So we'll probably take a look at this just to make sure we're heading in the right direction. So I decided I wanted to paint the hip restraints, something I wanted to do and just didn't get done for the seat bottom. So while that's out in the paint booth, and by that I mean on a cardboard box in the driveway with the sun beating on it, drying, we'll take a look at what's in this box, because I think that's going to be our rear strut supports and things that we can get mounted for our back seat. So we'll pop that open, and if it's not in there, it's probably going to be in this big box here. So the best I can tell from looking at the pictures and not really reading too much is these brackets replace the factory brackets, which will support the front seat back and the rear seat back, and then our new struts for the roof, which are right there. Lots of parts, lots of, like I said, these pages with words and stuff on them. Not really sure what to do with those. And then lots of bags of nuts and bolts. So we'll keep plugging away and hopefully have a rear seat, or excuse me, a front seat installed here in just a few minutes. Well, surprise, surprise. Took a little break, ran some errands, came back, and FedEx has brought the Allied lithium conversion kit. I'm going to do a separate video on that, so I know I won't get to that today, but I'm super excited that it showed up. So here's where we're at with the seat. I took these out and painted those with that bumper paint, and they look really good. Got the seat all situated in place. Pretty simple. A couple of bolts on each side. There's just multiple locations that it can go, so you got to make sure you use the right ones. And new brackets for the seat back. So the handy dandy book with pictures actually is working out pretty good. It even tells you what hardware kit to use, and they have a 1-to-1 scale on the bolts, so you know exactly which ones to use. So I guess it does pay to open the instruction manual every once in a while, save yourself a little time. So that's what I'm working on now. So I've got the upper struts mounted. That's going to support our roof. Decided to move it over in the garage a little bit after working over by the wall for 2 hours and realized, hey, a little bit more room would be nice. So we'll put the front struts on and then see if we can get the roof mounted on. No, you're not seeing things. You probably saw me use a tape measure a couple times on there. What I'm trying to do is see how close we are for our roof. And of course those will flex a little bit. We need to be about 40 inches, and they're real close to that. So we'll see if we can get it bolted on there and not have it fall on our heads. Okay, so it's just sitting on there, and not really sure what to think yet. It's got quite an angle this way, but I think that's probably for the rear passengers so that when they get in and out they don't hit their heads. It doesn't look too bad. Obviously I've got some adjusting to do and probably some spacers. This is a universal top, so it fits multiple carts. As you can see, I don't know if I can show you all the different holes. So they do give you plugs for the holes that you don't use, which is handy, and that'll give that a nice clean look. So I'll do some playing around here and see if we can't get it mounted up a little better than the way it is. Progress has been made. Got my assistant Ethan, and we had to put brackets in for the Precedent after reading those papers with words on them over there. So every time we put a bolt in, we would say,
That's not going anywhere.
Exactly, because no man ever can put anything together without saying, that's not going anywhere. Thanks, Ethan. Well, thanks to Ethan stopping by and helping, got lots of progress done. Didn't get as far as I was thinking today, but we did get the rear seat assembled for the most part. Have a few more brackets to put on to get it mounted. And just as I predicted, nuts and bolts all over the garage floor, scrambling, trying to figure out what bolt goes where. That's pretty normal for me, so I wasn't too surprised, I guess. Got the windshield put on. I think the memory was full on the camera and I didn't catch it, so we might not have got all that on video. I did put the stock bumper in. It's just sitting in there. I'm trying to decide if I want to run the stock bumper or the bull bar like the other Stormtrooper had that I built. I do have a steering wheel coming for it yet. I do have a floor mat. It's over here in the box. I didn't get that put in. Real nice red trim around the floor mat. Give that a nice look. I didn't get the forward and reverse switch mounted in. But definitely making some progress. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Looks like we'll be able to do burnouts here before too long. That's going to do it for this episode of Kart Crazy. Feel free to comment below with any suggestions you might have for this project or any future project. Next episode, we're going to tackle the rest of the rear seat and get those lithium batteries installed with that lithium conversion kit. So I'm super excited about that. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you like what you see. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.